Hello everyone, Taylorson here, and welcome to the Tour Auvergne Rhone Alpes. I've updated the start lists and rider ratings and have tried to create the closest route to the one in real life using the stages on the Tour de France 2026 game. We'll be doing one stage every day from this point until the end of the race, and I will be controlling Uno X. I think a podium in GC with Tobias Johannessen is possible, but I think the aim for the race is to be in the breakaways as much as possible, so I'm going to try and get two riders up the road today. It's not often that a pre-stage plan usually comes to fruition on this channel, but in this case it has. We've got Charmig and Anders Johannessen up the road, but I was hoping there would be a few more riders in this breakaway. We've got two in there though, and we are going for the King of the Mountains points as an extra bonus perhaps. Martinez going forward at the moment. Genietz is the other non-Uno X rider in this group. Benjamin Thomas was there, but is not there anymore, and these three have been attacking each other all day, so I reckon we can get a 1-2 here with Charmig and Johannessen. Johannessen has loads of red left. Genietz going for the line. Johannessen round Genietz will take the win. Charmig got a little bit blocked behind the Luxembourg rider there, but I don't think he's going to get there, and he won't. So Johannessen takes 5 points, Genietz 3, and Charmig 2. We will continue to push on though, because we've got 6 minutes with 112 kilometres left. Second category 2 climb then, and the 6-minute gap remains. It's 6.5 minutes, and Benjamin Thomas has been caught by the peloton. He was just an unfortunate casualty. Charmig gets passed by Genietz. Can we get around him? We've got a bit of momentum, but we can't get to the line. So Genietz levels the game here between us and him. First category 3 climb of the day, and we've taken it up from the front from the start, worn the rest of the breakaway out, so it should be an easy point for me, and indeed it is. We're going to cross the line in first, and we're going to try and get Charmig to beat the other two riders and take some points away, and it looks like he will do. Fantastic result over that climb, and hopefully we can continue that for the rest of this stage. Here's something that might be a little harder to win, however, because Kevin Genietz is a clear classic specialist and he has a sprint on him. So the intermediate sprint you'd think was going to go to him. He attacks off the front and looks like he's just going to peel away from everybody. We're going for second place and we've got Martinez on our left and we just about get there with Johannessen. Next climb then, and Charmig this time is coming to the front, but all cooperation has completely gone in this breakaway, so the gap is down to 5 minutes 30 between us and the peloton. Martinez then is starting the KOM sprint, and it's flat to this point, but then it really kicks up, so that's Geniet's territory, and he is our man to watch. Can we get to the line just before him? No, Genietz holds out for 2 points, with Johannessen taking 1, but the cooperation between these four has been completely woeful. We've tried to take as few turns with Johannessen as possible, and 5 minutes is the gap. Penultimate climb of the day, and Anton Charmig is sending it on the front. Anders Johannessen is going to try and go for the points to cement his lead in the King of the Mountains jersey, but Kevin Genietz is the main problem. Martinez coming up on the left-hand side. We're trying to tuck in behind everybody and out of the wind. Genietz is now launching on the right. He's got a little bit of a gap now that Martinez has pushed us out, but we've got the momentum and we just about get past him to the line. Another win for Anders Johannessen. Charmig, his day is done. We're going to attack away, and Genietz is going to try and initially follow, but we are now down to 2 riders at the front of this race. Martinez trying to get across, perhaps was held up slightly behind Charmig as, Torsten Train's been dropped, so I'm going to have to try and get him back in. I don't know how that's happened, because he's a more than good enough climber, given that Urienstad is still there, as well as 53 other riders. It's Ineos on the front at the moment, and it's usually been Decathlon, but now we're just Johannessen and Genietz at the front. Train is now back and safely in, but Johannessen and Genietz to test out whether they can make it all the way 5 kilometers of the climb, and we have to drop Geniette because we've seen that he can beat us in a flat sprint. Kevin Geniette just won't die. He's clinging onto the back wheel. In fact, never mind, he's gone. So we have to scarper as quick as possible now with Anders Halland Johannessen. The stage win is on the line, and we have to finish this climb off and get as much of a gap as possible to Geniette because he is going to catch us on the flat. So we need to just get as much road between us and him as we possibly can and try and ride this victory home solo because we've got 4 minutes to the peloton over the top of the climb. This is going to be an incredible win if Anders Johannessen can hold it to the line. I really hope he can, and I'm going to go all out. Well, who would have thought it? 1 kilometer to go, and Anders Johannessen is about to take a crazy stage win at the Dauphiné and move himself into the yellow jersey. We've even got time to freewheel. Shall I freewheel? Let's try. Just give it a freewheel to the line and celebrate over the line. Anders Johannessen has somehow won stage 1. We're going to sprint in with Tobias Johannessen right now from the peloton, who have been having a complete off day. No GC attacks. There were a couple of moves on the flat section, but none on the climb. And Anders Johannessen has said thank you very much and taken the stage win. Geniette is probably going to finish second because the peloton aren't going to catch him. And we're going to try our best to sprint with Johannessen and stay within contact of the rest of the GC favourites. Try perhaps to take some bonus seconds, but it looks like there's a little gap there that's formed to the group in front of us, and we're not going to get across to them, so they're going to take the bonus seconds. It's Mohoric in third. But what a day for Uno X. There we have it then. I wanted Johannessen in yellow. I didn't really expect it to be this one. Anders Halland Johannessen is the first leader of the Tour Auvergne Rhone Alpes in its history under that name. What a stage. That's genuinely one of the best stages I have ever raced in terms of tactics. Got it over the line, and Geniette, as a consolation prize, will take the green jersey for FDJ. But we have a significant advantage now going into stage 2, although I don't think we're going to go with Anders for the rest of this race. So Johannessen takes the stage 1 minute and 11 seconds ahead of Geniette and 3:16 ahead of Mohoric, Van Aert and Tom Stoyns, rounding out the top 5. And I think those 3 in particular tell you how slow the day was from a GC perspective. So in the end, Johannessen is in first and Johannessen is in 7th. Not only are we stage winner with Anders Halland Johannessen, but we also take the King of the Mountains classification as well. So unbelievable stage for Uno X. And that will leave it for today's video. I will see you tomorrow for the second stage of the Tour Auvergne Rhone Alpes. So stay subscribed, or subscribe if you're new to not miss that upload. If there is any video to leave a like on, this has to be the one, surely. Amazing stage with Anders Johannessen taking the yellow jersey. Stay safe, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.